Hey, good morning, everybody. How are you? Hey, this is, what is it? Thursday, May 11th, 2023. Before we take a look at charts, make sure you check below. We still have our trial at a 50% discount. So if you're interested in checking hit and run candlesticks out, receiving alerts on your phone, whether you're out fishing or on the golf course, you don't have to be in the trading room for that. Anyway, check it out. Check out the trial link. Click on that trial link. It'll take you to a page with a 50% discount for the trials there. All right. Hey, hang on one second. We'll take a look at charts, okay? Okay, good morning, everybody. How you doing out there? Welcome to Thursday, May 11th. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Fred, Mike, Centuri, Julie, Mai, Thomas, JW, Joe. Hey, Angel, how are you? Fred. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Carla, good morning. Man, we have a crowd here this morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah. All right, so what I want to look at this morning, to start with anyway, is this chart right here. And we're going to look at the daily and the weekly. We're going to go through from a few of them. By what I look at here, I see the SPY in a bullish trend on the daily. If I look at the weekly, oh, we are on the weekly. That's a bullish trend. If I look at the daily, that's a bullish trend. You see how it's trying to flatten out here? I mean, it just looks like it's flat. That is choppy trading. I've been asked a little bit, especially yesterday, I did a webinar for the Metastock folks, and I received a couple emails. Can you explain more about, the choppy side of things? So let me get my little crayons out here. There we go. And we'll make this yellow. And it's when we're in a choppy trend, I guess, you can just see it. I mean, opposed to this right here. That's not choppy. This is not choppy. This right here, we start to get a little bit choppy. And this is where we possibly turn. We're in a downtrend. So we could turn to the upside, but we didn't. We turned more to the downside after that choppiness. So we're in this choppiness. So the question now is, are we going to turn to the upside, or are we going to turn to the downside? That is the question everybody wants to know. Well, sometimes you just have, well, not sometimes, most of the time, you have to wait for that signal. Maybe that breakout is what we need to wait for. Let's get this back up here. So right there. What we need to wait for is that breakout. Boom. We break out, and especially if we can come back and do a little testing here, well, that sets up a new leg. This would be a leg. So through this choppy zone here, this might not be the best place to trade. Let's take a look at the diamonds here. Now, on the daily chart, the diamonds, can you see that choppiness compared to a trend? Let's see here. Trend to the downside, trend to the upside. See that choppiness? Very tough to trade this. It really, really is. And so here we might have to wait till we get that breakout or break down. Take a look at IYT. Here's IYT on the daily. I would say we're trending up. Let's look at the weekly chart. Weekly chart looks a little bit flat on IYT. No, Chip, this is the daily and the weekly is what I'm looking at. This one's the weekly here. Here's the daily. So for the transports, daily we're trending up, and the weekly we're flattening out a little bit. Take a look at the Qs. Qs on the weekly, absolute bullishness, no question about that. Here's the daily, absolute bullishness. You see where we could have made a turn right in here to the downside, or even gone sideways, that choppiness. But now we've broken out here. So as I look at the market here, I can't help thinking that the whole market is overly bullish with spots of choppiness, like the SPY. The SPY choppiness, but if you look at the weekly, bullishness. So when we're trading and we're trying to put on a trade, let's take a look at the market and make sure the market is going in the direction that we want to trade in. Now, I know, especially during choppiness like this, I know some short trades are being taken, and there's certainly short trades out there. But if the market does, say here's a SPY, and we're moving sideways, if we do start taking off, you might want to ease up, pump the brakes a little bit on those short trades, because overall the market is moving up. So just something to think about there. Keep an eye on that market. All right, let's take a look at some charts really quick here. I'm almost out of time. Let me move this over. Where'd they go? Now we have a problem. Oh, we no longer have a problem. I'm going to move this out of the way. There we go. Let's take a look at Google. Now, doggone it, Google. I sold my Google yesterday. I mean, I made great money on it. But, man, look at that thing go. And the reason I sold it, there's absolutely no sell signal here. I just wanted to take the profits. I'm not super comfortable with the market. So I pulled those profits off. I'm not worried. Google's going to pull back again, and it'll give us another opportunity. Maybe up here, but it will give us another opportunity. Let's see. Here's a chart that's giving us, no, maybe that's not the one. Where is it? Here we go. Like ALO here, and this is what I mean by opportunity. So here it popped up. I don't have to worry about ALO here, because I know without a shadow of a doubt, charts are going to pull back. And here we are right there, pulling back. This happens to be around a bottom breakout, 3/8 trap, setting up right now. To me, it looks like it's going higher. You can see how the trend, and remember, a trend is a trend until it's not. Now, each and every one of us may have a different place where you're going to put your trend line. Some standard areas might be like this right here. Grab a hold of those lows and come up and touch those lows. That might be a standard area. But outside of that, there's a lot of ways, different traders draw lines or what you use for a trend. Here, somebody might look at this if you're all about this trend. Well, you might wait till it comes over and bumps up against that line before it becomes a buy. Hey, it makes sense to me. I'm more of a moving average trend user. I use the T-line a lot. I use the trendicator a lot. And then I follow the price pattern and price action. So if we start to see some price action in here, which that's what it looks like to me right now, that's a buy. And my stop is, going to be either the T-line, maybe one of those lows, or even down here at the trendicator. It all depends on the chart, where that might be. So let's look at a few more of these. AMD. Now, AMD's just been a great looking chart. I still think it goes higher. I'm not concerned at all about this top, because we should never be concerned about tops until you see the price action start to fail on you. Now, I got to admit, that shooting star there does not make me feel good at all, but I'm not in this, so I'm not worried about it. I'm going to wait till it sets up. And the setup could be in two different places. Let's do this, blue. We could end up pulling back, which that would just tickle me pink right there. Just pull back a little bit, have the trendicator continue to rise, and then maybe we get that bounce. Now I might have that buy signal there. On the other hand, what if it doesn't pull back? What if it comes up here and just bumps its head for a little bit and then breaks out? That's okay. I'll just wait for that pullback, just like that. And no matter how high a chart gets, no matter how high at all, it's never, you know, I hear this often, is it too late to buy? There is no chart too late to buy if you wait for the setup. Doesn't matter how high it is. It could, you know, AMD could run to $200 before it sets up a setup. Not likely, but I mean, I suppose anything is possible. And that's not too high. That just means a whole hell of a lot of buyers are buying it. That means something positive about it. So just wait for the setup and then trade your setup. That's one of the big keys right there. Here's one I'm kind of watching, a little cheapy. I don't normally dabble with anything under $1, but sometimes they're kind of fun to play with. This is setting up in a Trendicator 50 trap type setup. We're over the Trendicator now, buy box right about in here. Going to watch that for possible trade. And that's, you know, 10% up to the 50, up to that high up there is about 17%. Amazon is still working. So this is one of these charts. Is it too late to buy Amazon? I'm not going to buy it here, but it doesn't mean it's too late, as long as you set your chart up and you set your plan up. You know, I'm more of a, hey, let's pull back and buy. Like right here, pull back and buy, which we did. And I've since, I don't know, am I still in Amazon? No, I'm not. I closed Amazon. So I took my money on Amazon. Now I'm going to wait for it to set up again for another swing trade. Meta. Right now, Meta's at this edge of what's this thing going to do? Really, at this moment, the chart is still very bullish. What we've got is a gap and trap setting up. So we've gapped up. Price is just pulling back a little bit to a normal area. Nothing is broken on Amazon. I'm sorry, Meta. Nothing at all. Just need that clue that the buyers are stepping in. Now, let's go to this dark chart over here. If you take a look at, I keep saying Amazon, I mean Meta. Look how it's starting to move sideways. Take price out of the picture for a moment. Price will make you go crazy sometimes. Look at the chart. It's moving sideways. This is that choppy moment right in here. That's what we have here. So what do we want? Well, what we want, if you're long anyway, what you want is a breakout. That's the time to start looking at it, when it starts popping. When it starts popping, that means that next leg is in play. The next leg. You know, you don't have to catch them right in here to make money. So watch for the pop, and then we can look at that next leg on that. Let's do this right here. Let's just take SCO. See how that's popping? You didn't have to buy it yesterday. That's popping up here. So what we might do is let it work. Let it put in its candle here, green. Let it do its thing. And if it closes like this, that just means buyers are there. We don't have to buy it here. It's what comes after this candle. That's the leg. This is just the Kickstarter right through there. All right. I've about run out of time, run out my welcome here. Want to thank everybody for being here. I appreciate it. And I'll be back at the bottom of the hour. Market opens up Thursday. Let's have some fun today, okay? You guys take care. See you in a few.